I have just finished watching all 5 episodes of WWE Unreal Season 2, and there are a lot of things to talk about, so let's quickly get started. Hello everyone and welcome back to your Wrestling Indie News. If I talk about WWE Unreal Season 2 overall, it felt like a decent show. Some episodes felt a bit boring, like the R-Truth one, but in a few episodes, the moments they showed were actually very strong and emotional, and they really made you feel something. Overall, if I had to rate this season, I would give it around 7 or 7.5 out of 10 for all 5 episodes combined. Talking about some major and controversial moments, the biggest one in the show was related to Seth Rollins' injury at Saturday night's main event. Before pulling off that angle, only a very small number of people knew the truth. Like Seth Rollins himself, LA Knight, Paul Heyman, Triple H, and a couple of creative team members, so that Seth's injury could feel real. Backstage, everyone genuinely thought Seth was actually injured. What happened was that Triple H told Cody Rhodes, who had no connection to the storyline, before the show started that something big was going to happen and that he should not tell anyone else, explaining that Seth's injury would be fake but presented as real to sell it properly. This became very debatable and controversial because there was really no need to tell Cody Rhodes, especially since he had no involvement in the story. Seth Rollins himself wanted even LA Knight not to know, so that his reaction would feel genuine. But later they explained to Seth that if LA Knight thought he had actually injured someone, it could mess with his head. After hearing that, Seth agreed and said it was fine to tell him. Speaking of LA Knight, this was also a disappointing and heartbreaking moment for him. You may remember last year's Men's Royal Rumble match, where Seth Rollins won in the end by hitting LA Knight with a stomp. The original plan was that Seth and LA Knight would clash, LA Knight would eliminate Seth, then Seth would suddenly recover, pull LA Knight down and hit the stomp. What actually happened was that LA Knight was a bit late in the sequence and stayed down at ringside, which forced Seth to adjust, and that led to disappointment from LA Knight, Triple H, and others. Triple H later sat with LA Knight and explained the original plan, and you could clearly see on LA Knight's face how disappointed he was. Professional wrestling is a business built on secrecy, where you don't openly reveal creative plans, and that is why Paul Heyman is not a big fan of this Unreal show, because it exposes too many secrets. I personally agree with Heyman, because things feel bigger and more special when secrets are protected. Another big revelation was that Damian Priest versus Finn Balor, Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker, and even a planned reunion involving Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez were all originally planned for last year's SummerSlam, but were canceled at the last moment. Finn Balor should have returned earlier, and Roman Reigns versus Braun Breaker would have been a massive SummerSlam match. But WWE scrapped those plans for reasons unknown. Honestly, feels like some people in the creative team don't fully know what they are doing. Because there were ideas pitched, like giving Chelsea Green another women's title run. But when Triple H asked what would happen next, there was no clear direction. Even ideas like Pat McAfee beating Gunther were discussed, without any real plan for what would follow, which thankfully did not happen because it would have made no sense. These are the kinds of things that came out through WWE Unreal Season 2. Season 3 is already confirmed, and it may include Brock Lesnar's return, John Cena, and other major moments, possibly ending with Brock Lesnar returning at SummerSlam and hitting John Cena with an F5. Triple H also said that, in his opinion, John Cena is still one of the best storytellers in wrestling history, even better than many current wrestlers. But the reality was that Cena was nearing retirement. Overall, WWE Unreal Season 2 was decent. Some parts were boring, like the Naomi and R-Truth segments, which I skipped because they didn't add much. But the Seth Rollins injury angle, the Vision episodes, and the behind-the-scenes storytelling were interesting. Cody Rhodes also shared that during his conversation with John Cena around SummerSlam, Cena told him that it was now his time to carry the company, and Cody admitted he felt sorry that it took him so long to step into that role while Cena had to keep going for so many years. So for now, that's it for WWE Unreal Season 2. Let me know in the comments how you felt about it. Stay connected, because I'm active again, and I'll see you in the next video very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.